That was The House of Love. These are the Primitives. Welcome along to Tig and Paul. Nice to see you both. Paul, you put out the LP Lovely, and you've since said that you've not been happy with any of the reviews, not even the good ones. Why is that?
I don't think they just took one aspect of it and made out that was the whole album. The kind of bubblegum angle. There's more to it than that, really. Like what? There's only about a third of the album that really fits that kind of category. There's just sort of different types of music, you know. It's not all the Monkeys or anything like that, by any means.
Tracy recently said, Tig, that the band have had to grow up in public, which hasn't been that easy. Would you agree with that?
To a certain extent, yeah. When you start doing like interviews like this, for instance, I mean, if you're a fairly naive band, it comes across as a bit difficult, you know. And the way you present yourself is very, very important, really.
So do you disapprove of the media circus that tends to follow around bands once they become successful?
No, because it needs to be there. And without the media, bands would be nothing, really. So you obviously need it. I mean, the more famous a band gets, the more attention they're going to get, really. It's inevitable.
Why do you prefer to work in Coventry, Paul? I know a lot of bands are tempted to come down to London and so on. I mean, do you find the distance between the two towns quite refreshing?
What do you mean, studios?
Yeah, and the fact that you base yourselves up there still and live up there.
I don't know, we've been to quite a few studios, like really big ones where, you know, bands go, but we've always done our best work in Coventry in a 16-track studio. I think it's turning 24 tracks soon, so. But it's just more at ease up there, really.
What is it about the place, eh? Is it kind of special for you then?
Not really, we just don't get hassled by anyone, or, you know, you can go down the pub and not get people coming up to you or anything.
All right, we're about to see the new single, Way Behind Me. We've got a competition to tie in with that in just a moment. Before we go into it, Paul, tell us a bit about it. The song, Way Behind Me, yeah.
Well, Tracy kind of wrote the words. I don't know if there's much meaning behind them.
Good job she's not here to hear that.
They're quite throwaway, really. No, we just recorded it, you know, it's not off an album or anything, we just wanted to sort of do something new.
All right, and indeed that is what you've done. As I say, a competition to tie in with this after we've seen it. The Primitives then, and Way Behind Me. Behind me, that's the new single from the Primitives, two of their number in the studio with me, Tig and Paul, and we've a competition to tie in with that track too, so it's over to Tig.
And the competition is 3 12-inch singles are being given away, and the competition question is...
What's written on the run-off groove of the 7-inch of Way Behind Me?
OK, what is written on the run-out groove of the 7-inch version of the single Way Behind Me? You know those little messages you get scratched in just before the centre of the record? OK, there's something written on the 7-inch. If you can tell us what it is, why not get your entries into this address, which is Primitives Quiz, Rockin in the UK, PO Box 4DX, London W1A 4DX in England. Primitives Quiz, Rockin in the UK, PO Box 4DX, London W1A 4DX in England. That's also the address if you want to give us loads of abuse about the music we play, or the clothes that I wear, or the mannerisms or the shapes that we pull in the studio. Boys, back to the comparisons with Blondie, Tig. A lot of people do kind of compare you to elements of Blondie, at least. Do you get tired of that?
Yeah, because it's nothing to do, it's nothing, we're not alike Blondie at all, really. The only resemblance is, like, Tracy's got blonde hair.
Yeah.
I mean, the music isn't that way inclined, really. I mean, it's good, energetic music, like, as Blondie was, but that's where the resemblance stops, I think.
Paul, as the songwriter, you must get tired of lazy journalism and lazy comparisons, don't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do a bit, but I mean, it's the same thing over and over again, you know. Blondie bit. I think people are stopping using that one now in England, but with, you know, in Europe and that, they think it's kind of really original to say, oh, you sound like Blondie or something like that.
As soon as you have some chart success, Tig, people tend to think you have to compromise somewhat, that you start getting burdened down with writing to formula and all that kind of thing. Does that affect you?
No, not at all. I mean, the band writes what they feel, really, and first and foremost, we write for ourselves and no one else really. And if everybody likes the stuff, it's just the best thing that could happen really is getting your music out, which is appreciated by more people the better really.
Good. Well, we wish you luck with it all, and indeed with the new single. Thanks for joining us in the studio, both. Pity the lads weren't around in Coventry, actually, to help Tracy with her packing cases as she's moving house today, but then I guess they'd rather be in a sweaty studio doing an interview. Perhaps not. We'll see you for more Rockin in the UK at the same time next week. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Don't forget that Primitives quiz, and we'll see you soon.